I've earned over 3,500 ELO playing thousands of matches on Face It, and today I'm going to give you my tips that are going to help you solo queue and become the highest level possible. Now, of course, guys, you can use this in Premiere and matchmaking, but I would 100% recommend playing on Face It over that because it's going to be a overall better experience and you're just going to have a little bit more communication and ability for players to work together. So I'm excited to give you my insight, my advice today. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. Now, if you watched my last video, you know I talked about solo queuing. I talked about what you have to do. It's going to go hand in hand with that, and you will become better by the end of this. Let's talk about basics first. Guys, the biggest thing that you can do as a solo player is be self-reliant. We talked about this in the past video, but you've got to set yourself up with flashes, defensive utility, and you've got to be able to play off the radar. I'm not going to go too much into detail with all that, but if you can just literally drop a smoke down for yourself as the other team is execing, you are doing better than 99% players. Nobody thinks like this. Nobody does this. Guys, you have to be able to make decisions on your own as well. If you see 4 dots out somewhere on the map on your radar, you've got to be able to push the extremities. You got to be able to push other sides of the map. I see so many times the A player is playing like on top of Balk or something, and the other team is scaling out mid. They're throwing a million flashes. Our teammates are shooting them. We're dying and stuff. And then the A player is just sitting here like, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't see anybody out A. I don't see any. And then boom, they run up con, they come out palace, and the A player's like, dude, my mid players are doing nothing. No, like, dude, take the fight to them. You see so many dots out mid, go take this palace space and try to win this 1v1. Cool. You're right, your mid players did die, but at least you did your job. You did something. Just because somebody else is making a mistake, somebody else is playing bad, doesn't mean you have to as well. That's the biggest thing I see players doing wrong, and I'm going to teach you exactly what you need to do in order to get over that bad mindset. But first, I have to give you a message about how to get the best looking CS2 skins.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
All right, guys. So with all that being said, that is the mindset that is just screwing people over. We have to be able to think like this instead of complaining and coping. And I get it because I do it. I do it, guys. I do it as well. We have to be able to say, how am I going to fix what's going on? Right? That's the biggest thing people do not do because they're so caught up in blaming and complaining that, okay, my mid players are playing bad. Let's make a game plan then to do something about it. Maybe it's, hey guys, can we give mid? Because maybe the T's are literally throwing like con smoke, top mid, and window. Well, cool. The T's just burned 3 of their smokes to take space, right? And this is something I see. I see T's using 3 smokes sometimes to take mid, not to mention the million flashes that they're using. Well, why would we want to fight them in mid, right? We want to then play retake, like we want to play out of mid. We want to force them to then take the other space with the limited util they have. Also, you could be like, hey guys, they're like 4-man running out mid. Could we just early round do a B push, B crunch? And you might be like, well, CoJo, they're not listening to me. They're not listening. They're not going to do any team play. One, I highly doubt that. There's usually at least one person in a game that you can do something with. Even if you get bad teammates, you roll the dice and you get bad teammates. There's usually one person you can communicate with and work towards and do something that will listen to you. So I reject that premise. But okay, here's the truth. If you do get into a game where people are just miserable, they can't communicate, they're screaming, they're yelling, all this stuff, the thing that's helped me the most when I get into those lobbies is you have to be able to detach. If you can't detach from the result of the game and you just get so caught up in, oh bro, like this is horrible, what are these guys doing, I can't do anything about it, this is miserable, you know, screw this guy, screw that, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. You're using brain power and brain space storage for something that literally doesn't matter. The mindset that gets pros to the top and people really high up in the scene is, yes, they get frustrated. They do. Like, you know, it's human nature to be frustrated and get mad, but they detach from it. Oh, I have a boosted account on my team and 2 guys screaming at each other, saying every bad word in the existence of vocabulary. Okay, cool. 1, let's mute them, right? Let's just mute them. And 2, just detach. Just play the game, have some fun now. play to just enjoy, and then play to get out of there, play for the next game. And same thing, if the next game is just as bad, cool, play for the next game. I know it sounds simple, it sounds easy, but if you can master this skill and detach from all this negativity, you will be doing yourself a huge favor, because Counter-Strike is inherently negative. We're running around shooting each other. We're doing all these things, right? People are going to get emotional. They're going to get mad. They're going to get angry. So screw that mindset where we're getting involved with that. We're getting attached to it, and we're hating ourselves because we're losing 13-0 or maybe a close game 13-11. Nope, GG, go next. And that even goes round by round. One of the things that people fail, especially as a solo queue, and they just absolutely like just can't play the game, is they don't play round by round. They get so attached to what happened in the past. Guys, you can't change the past, but you can absolutely change the future to your advantage. You can absolutely sit there and do better in the next round and the next round and the next round. Some of the best comebacks in my life when I was playing, especially when I was grinding up through the scene, I was playing one of the EG teams, and we were down like, this was in CSGO, we were down like 12-2, or maybe it was like a 12-3 half or something, but at one point 12-2. We just played one round at a time. We sat there one round. We didn't care about winning, losing. We detached. Insane things happen. You're putting way too much pressure on yourself in these games that are genuinely kind of unwinnable. So my advice is, like, you know, quit caring about win or loss, this and that. Just learn about improving, which brings me into my last point. If you can sit there and just play this game to improve and learn something and get better, you as a solo queue will get better. You're solo queuing. It's not about your team. I'm going to be real. You have random teammates every single time you're playing this game, right? You're rolling the dice. So why care about what they're doing? Because you need to grow. You need to build yourself. I get so sick of seeing comments. I would be level 10, but my teammates suck. I would be. No, you're not level 10 because you don't have the skills. You don't have what it takes yet. And because you have that mindset, you're never going to make it happen until you get rid of that. If you're a level 10 player that's stuck in level 8, okay, then prove it to me. Play, you know, you should be able to solo queue over 100 games then and make it out. Because yes, you're gonna have bad game here, but you will roll the dice and get bad enemies, or you will roll the dice and get really good teammates. It's not a thing that you're at a rank you don't deserve to be at. That's the hard truth of it. And I know everybody in the comments is going to debate that. They're going to argue with me about it, but it's the truth. You deserve to be where you are. And until you can understand that and actually start to be like, oh, dude, I'm going to watch the demo. What was my opponent doing? Oh, bro, he was throwing this insane ramp flash for his teammates, right? Like he was sitting here and flashing ramp, and that really caught me off guard. Let me learn that flash. Or it's like, oh, hey, dude, like when we were throwing right side smokes, this window player was saving his HE grenade to blow this open. The window player was sitting here and blowing open the smoke. I'm going to add that to my playbook. Guys, if you're not thinking like this, you are genuinely doing yourself a disservice. If you're sitting there going, oh, bro, like these guys are so like bad, they're so grimy, blah, 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 you're just doing yourself a huge disservice, and you honestly deserve to be low elo. That's the truth. So somebody had to give you guys the hard truth today. Somebody had to do this, because I've been that player that can't grow, can't learn, and I think it's so important to learn the right mindset. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you want your own personal coaching from me, a professional in the scene that has thousands and thousands of hours, FACEIT games, and tons of FPL matches, I'd love to do that. I'd love to work with you. Go ahead and fill out that form down below. Guys, if you want to join my Discord, I would strongly recommend that. You will get better being in there. I can promise that. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Keep working hard, keep doing your thing. I'll catch you later. Peace out.